Have you ever wondered why bad things keep happening to good people? Why sometimes life feels unfair, like the harder you try, the worse it gets? If you've ever thought, why me? Then stay till the end, because this story will change how you see everything: loss, success, even pain. In a small countryside town in Ohio, there lived a man named Jacob Miller, a 40-year-old farmer with weathered hands and tired eyes. He wasn't rich, he wasn't famous, but he was kind. Everyone in town knew Jacob as the guy who'd stop his truck just to help a stranger fix a flat tire. Life hadn't been easy. His wife had passed away a few years ago, leaving behind their teenage daughter, Ellie. For Jacob, Ellie was his whole world, his reason to wake up before sunrise, his reason to keep pushing through the hard days. He owned a small farm with a few cows, a red barn that creaked when the wind blew, and an old pickup truck that coughed every morning before starting. But even with all the struggles, Jacob never complained. One day, as he worked under the blazing sun, a local land developer named Mr. Brooks stopped by in a shiny black SUV. He stepped out, adjusted his gold watch, and said, "Jacob, you're sitting on gold, my friend. I'm offering you $100,000 for this land. You can move to the city, start fresh." Jacob wiped the sweat from his forehead and smiled softly. "Appreciate the offer, sir. But this land isn't for sale. It's all I got left from my father." Brooks smirked. "Suit yourself. Don't come crying when life hits you harder." Jacob just nodded. "Life's already hit me plenty, sir. I'm still standing." A few days later, a thunderstorm hit the valley. Rain poured down like it wanted to wash the whole town away. Lightning struck the old barn, and within minutes, flames swallowed everything. By morning, the barn was gone. The cows, too. Only ashes remained. Jacob stood there barefoot, the smell of smoke clinging to his clothes. Neighbors gathered around, whispering, "Poor man, he lost it all." Even Mr. Brooks came by, shaking his head. "Should have taken my deal, buddy," he said. "Guess that's what happens when you hold on to the past." Jacob didn't reply. He just looked up at the sky and whispered, "God, I don't get it, but I trust you." Days passed. Jacob borrowed a few tools, rebuilt what he could, and started again. He had no barn, no animals, just his land, his daughter, and a stubborn hope that refused to die. Then one morning, while plowing a burnt corner of his field, his shovel hit something hard. He knelt down, brushed away the dirt, and found an old, rusted chest. Inside were kotze, ancient silver coins, probably from the 1800s, buried long ago. Jacob blinked in disbelief. The whole town buzzed when they heard. A historian later confirmed those coins were worth a fortune, enough to rebuild everything and more. The same people who'd felt sorry for him now said, "Man, Jacob's the luckiest guy alive." But Jacob stayed calm. He didn't boast. He didn't show off. He just smiled and said, "Maybe luck, maybe blessing." Hard to tell sometimes. Months later, life looked good again. The new barn stood taller, the crops greener, the future brighter. Ellie got accepted to a college in another city. Jacob's eyes filled with pride and sadness all at once. But just when things seemed perfect, another storm hit. This time, not in the sky, but in his heart. The market crashed. The value of his land dropped. And one night, while driving to deliver supplies, Jacob's old truck slipped on wet asphalt and crashed. He woke up in a hospital bed with a broken leg, and months of recovery ahead. Bills piled up, his farm work stopped, and again, the whispers returned. Guess his luck ran out, they said. But Jacob smiled weakly and told Ellie, "Sweetheart, life ain't about luck or bad breaks. It's about how we handle both." Weeks later, something unexpected happened again. A local news story about the farmer who lost everything twice but never gave up went viral. People from across the country started donating to help him rebuild. An investor even offered to partner with him to open a farmer's training center, teaching young folks how to grow food sustainably. Jacob couldn't believe it. He looked at Ellie and said softly, "See, honey? We never really lose. We just get tested to see how much faith we've got left." And that's when Ellie asked, "Dad, how do you stay calm when everything keeps changing?" He smiled and said, "Because, kiddo, life's like the weather. You can't control the storms, but you can decide how to stand in the rain. So remember this. When life breaks you, it's not always punishment. Sometimes it's preparation. Sometimes it's God rearranging things to make room for something greater. Whatever you're going through right now, whether it's loss, confusion, or pain, don't rush to label it good or bad. Time will reveal what it truly is. Everything happens for a reason, buddy. You just gotta trust the process. If this story touched your heart, don't forget to hit that like button. And in the comments, tell us, what's one thing life taught you the hard way?